Hey, good morning to you guys. I'm stepping out of the way right now because Plainfield Police...
Miss?
To keep fighting the bad guys.
To keep fighting the bad guys?
That makes my heart hurt.
Sometimes even the toughest hearts can break down in tears. The men and women in blue, our police officers, might seem like they've got it all under control. But they're human, just like the rest of us. They're not just enforcers of the law. They deeply connect with the citizens they protect. Ever wonder what moments bring these strong officers to tears? These are the times when officers couldn't hold back their emotions while on the job, reminding us they feel the same way we do, even behind the badge. Starting off with a disturbing one. It all went down on March 1st, 2024. Our star, if you can call him that, is a 54-year-old Larry Spence, who for some reason thought that stealing a truck in the middle of the day would be a brilliant idea. I mean, if you're going to do something stupid, might as well make it obvious, right? But there was a sleeping 2-year-old in the back seat. Yep, Larry wasn't just stealing a truck. He'd now accidentally added kidnapping to his list of crimes. So the poor kid's mom realizes her truck and, more importantly, her baby is gone. Chaos ensues. An Amber Alert is sent out faster than Larry could have ever imagined.
Have a name?
Yeah.
It's probably in the tap.
Hey, he might be in this tap. He might be in the tap. All these people outside here at Wadica's house is checking okay. This tap, the truck's right there.
Hey guys, let's get somebody on the west side of the...
He said he walked this way, but they're claiming he's not down here. Give me a... Nobody walked down there, right? Listen, here's the...
Don't walk down there, he might steal the trash.
Here's the deal. That guy just kidnapped his daughter. Okay, the daughter's in the car, so this is kind of a big deal. That's why everybody's here.
Oh my God.
So,
I put it on my kid's life.
nobody
went
walked.
that way.
Where'd he go, though?
I had to have been that way. I wasn't paying attention. I was talking to my
He's
grandma.
in the tap. I bet you.
Let's get perimeter on the tap.
But instead of keeping cool, Larry, the criminal mastermind that he is, ditches the truck near East Avenue in Wayne County and takes off on foot.
Come out. Hey, police! Come outside. Come out.
Get someone come.
Hey.
I can't see over there. I can't see.
Anyone inside, come out now with your hands up!
Hands up now! Oh, we got a male coming out to your right.
Hey.
You see, how many people are in here still? Any white males in there?
No. No white males in here.
Does anybody know what's going on there?
Anyone else inside?
Nope.
Nobody else?
No one else.
Just open
Opens right.
Take left then.
Is the task force...
Fortunately, the truck still had a piece of clue to help the process. Its owner's phone was still inside. Thanks to some quick thinking and technology, deputies tracked the vehicle down within an hour.
That's what you guys are looking for.
Hey, they got Larry.
That is the suspect.
They got him.
Let's go over here a little bit more.
You guys are good talking about all that. You guys are good. Did you guys get the Amber Alert? Did you get it on your phone? Well, he was back here, so yeah. That's why we thought that he came in here. The vehicle was back here.
We heard sirens and we started watching the camera and we see you guys.
Yeah, so the Amber Alert you got.
Oh my God, what do I do? What's his name?
I can't give you that.
When they found the truck, it was empty except for the most important part. The 2-year-old, unharmed but clearly freaked out.
What's your name, buddy? You okay? What's your name? You don't know your name? Alright. Here, let me get you out of this car seat. You okay? It's okay. Let me get you out of the car seat.
Huge savings with MyPerks. Find your MyPerks personality.
You want to sip your water?
Details at gianteagle.com/MyPerks.
You're okay. You want to get out? You want to stay in your car seat? I'm a police officer. I'm here to help you, buddy. Oh, that's okay.
Take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Hold on. Let me turn this radio down.
Learning language
It's okay.
And Babel's lessons are...
It's okay, buddy. It's okay. You're all right. You like? Check this out. You like flashlights? Oh, it's okay. Here, you want to hold this?
No.
No. All right. It's all right. It's okay. Look, I found a little car for you sitting down there. It's okay. It's all right, buddy. It's all right. It's okay. Here, I'm gonna take you out. Okay, it's okay. Let's get you out of here. It's okay. Your jammies wet. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. Okay, here, let's look at some books.
Yeah, 23.
My daddy.
I can go 45. That call.
You got some books here? You like dinos? I like them. My little boy likes dinos. Okay.
My dad.
It's okay, buddy. Here, I'm gonna lower this tailgate. We could just sit right here, okay? You probably been sitting in there. All right, thanks, man. All right. How old are you?
No, my daddy.
Can you imagine how terrifying that must have been for the kid? The responding officer tried their best to comfort the child, who was crying out for his dad.
Snacks in this bag?
Yeah, Daddy.
You want some snacks or something? I might have snacks in my lunchbox. I'll look.
My daddy.
Here you go. Hey, I found some pretzels. You want some pretzels?
My daddy. Daddy.
It's okay.
My daddy is. My daddy is. Daddy is.
Here you go. You want a pouch? I found a pouch. Do you like these?
No.
Are you hungry?
No.
Okay, we're gonna get you to your daddy, all right, buddy?
Okay.
Emergency crews later arrive on the scene to make sure the 2-year-old is physically okay before they reunite him with his family.
Now go see Dad. They're gonna drive you home now. Mom and Daddy's waiting on you. See this car? This one's gonna drive you home. There you go see Mom and Dad.
Yeah?
Like our daddy seat.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go see Mama, okay?
I see a like our daddy seat.
We're gonna go see Mama's, okay?
Here, buddy.
We were out there down in
Canada. We're like,
They made sure to get him medical tests to confirm he was all right before reuniting him with his family. The officer later expressed how he felt when they found the kid. He said how he felt when he held the child as if she were his daughter. But back to our guy, Larry. After making sure the kid was safe, the police started their search for him. Larry, not exactly the brightest bulb in the tanning bed, was found just half a mile away, wandering around like he hadn't just committed a felony. No elaborate hiding spot, no running through alleys, just Larry, probably trying to figure out where it all went wrong.
After they found the car, he walked away. All right, have a seat, boss.
In the end, Larry was charged with kidnapping, abduction, and grand theft auto. If he's convicted, he's looking at up to 142 years in prison, plus fines that could total $330,000. That's a serious price to pay for what started out as a poorly executed truck theft. All right, this next one, buckle up because it's actually a wild ride. So, it was just a regular fall day, August 3rd, 2017. Officer Toby Lefebvre, who already had a reputation for making the most traffic stops in the entire state, spotted a car swerving all over the place. And not just casually either. The car was doing 96 miles per hour down Interstate 40, weaving through traffic like it was some kind of race. Naturally, Officer Lefebvre pulls the car over. He walks up to the vehicle, and the first thing he notices, there's a little girl in the front passenger seat, totally unbuckled. All right, red flag number 1.
I was scared.
You were scared?
Yeah.
What were you scared of?
I'm afraid of the freeway.
I've been behind you for a while.
Yeah. You were behind me.
The female driver was later identified as Yvonne Ukestein, and at this point, Lefebvre asks Yvonne to step out of the car. Time to get to the bottom of this. Turns out Yvonne had just been coming back from a concert. During the entire questioning, she could barely stand. Forget driving, she looked like she was struggling just to keep herself upright. The officer then points out the obvious, her niece, who'd been sitting unbuckled the whole time. Maybe she's the one who should have been scared, considering how recklessly Yvonne had been driving.
Yvonne, put your phone away.
She says she's worried about her 6-year-old niece still in her front seat.
Yeah, I'm sure she is. I'd be afraid, especially the way you were driving. I'd be afraid too.
Now it's time for the field sobriety tests. Yvonne failed those tests with flying colors. So, naturally, she's arrested on the spot.
I can't.
Why can't you?
Because I am intoxicated. Okay.
Well, no, I didn't say. I didn't
okay.
I said, don't do the ABCs, no.
After cuffing her and putting her in the back of his police cruiser, Officer Lefebvre goes to call someone to come pick up the little girl. But then something happens. He takes a look at the car, at the little girl, and suddenly he gets choked up. The girl gets out of the car, and when Officer Lefebvre takes a peek into the trunk, it hits him like a ton of bricks. The weight of the situation moved him to tears.
Hey, baby, I'll get it. I'll get it.
It was clear that this was more than just a reckless driver. It was a whole lot worse. For this next story, we witness a moment where a police officer, mourning the loss of 2 colleagues who were tragically shot to death in the line of duty, broke down in the arms of a stranger. This officer had seen and endured a lot, but the grief was too overwhelming.
I want you guys to be hydrated and not be hungry. And I want you to go home to your family.
A kind woman, noticing the officer stationed in her neighborhood, approached him with water and food, hoping to offer some comfort.
I can't even begin to talk about how bad this is. We think that he's got some information that's pretty critical to us closing this case out.
Her simple gesture of kindness was enough to bring this grieving officer to tears. The 2 fallen officers were from the Des Moines, Iowa area, gunned down in an ambush while on patrol overnight.
And I'm sorry. And I'm here for you all. I don't know how else to help or what else to do.
Your prayers are all with you.
The weight of this loss is evident. The emotional toll these officers bear, on top of their physical duties, is often invisible to those outside the force. It's not just the physical danger that makes the job so difficult, it's the emotional and mental burden as well. Moving on to the next one, it's sure to give you an adrenaline rush while you're at the edge of your seats. So, an entire city is under an Amber Alert. And the reason? Everyone is desperately searching for a baby girl who's suddenly gone missing. Here's how it went down. It's early morning, about 6:30 a.m., when this baby's dad stops at a BO gas station on Hadley Road, right near Road 267 and Interstate 70. He leaves his truck running, the door unlocked, to quickly run into the convenience store because his Apple Pay wasn't working. But a suspect sees an opportunity, jumps in the truck, and drives off. And yes, the baby girl was in the back seat. Meanwhile, an Indianapolis mom, minding her own business, happens to notice a truck that looks a lot like the one in the Amber Alert. Authorities are notified, and before long, they detain the suspect. And when Deputy Police Chief Joe Aldridge finally gets the word of the baby's safety and the suspect being caught, his response, absolutely priceless.
Hey, good morning to you guys. I'm stepping out of the way right now because Plainfield Police, it seems like they might have gotten in some information. We did see just moments ago some officers cheering and clapping. So now he's returned.
Sorry, guys.
Aldridge was so overwhelmed with emotion, a mixture of relief and joy, that he was moved to tears. This next one is another case which will truly warm your hearts and bring a smile to your faces. Let's rewind to July 2011. Officer Walter Sweeney, on his way home after a long day, was thinking about nothing but getting back to his 1-year-old daughter. It was a scorching hot day, and as he was driving, a call went out. A child had fallen into a pool in Severn, just off the road Officer Sweeney was on. Without a second thought, he raced to the house, and he jumped the fence, bolted past a barking dog, and ran inside. What did he find? A nearly lifeless 1-year-old boy in his mother's arms. Just in time, the officer saved the child. Now that was 13 years ago, but fast forward to today, and guess what? That same child shows up to meet Officer Sweeney.
Do you remember me?
Who's that?
Do you remember me?
I do. He was blue, his fingertips were blue, and his lips were blue. And I gave him a couple of smacks on the back, and actually, before I could even starting CPR, I'd give him some chest compression. Before I even got mouth to mouth, he started spitting up some of the water and breathing again. The color started coming.
It was an emotional and heartwarming reunion, one that brought back all the memories of that intense day.
They just told me that I fell in the pool, and then he gave me CPR, and then after a couple weeks, we went to go meet him. That's all I like.
It's everything, because I mean, without him, I wouldn't have him. I mean, you know, we talk about it all the time, how grateful we are.
Now, imagine being on duty on your birthday, not exactly the celebration you hope for, right? But what happened next completely turned things around for this officer. His daughter called in and sang happy birthday. For a dad, especially one on duty, those sweet wishes from his little girl made all the difference, lighting up his day. Sometimes it's the simplest things that turn a day around. The next story is a heartwarming one that will make you smile. A young boy in Michigan decided to celebrate his birthday a little differently by throwing a thank you party for his heroes, the men and women in blue.
Why did you want to do this?
So I'm throwing them the thank you party to show them I still appreciate them.
He goes, Mom, the cops are still the good guys, right? And I said, yeah, there are some bad police officers. And then there's still the good ones that are trying to protect themselves.
He thought maybe 1 or 2 officers would show up, but to his surprise, more than 250 officers came to the event.
I mean, I thought maybe there'd be 3 or 4 guys here.
Yeah, me too.
You too?
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be this big, really.
Well, happy birthday to you.
They were all so moved by this gesture because, let's be honest, how often do people really go out of their way to appreciate police officers? One sheriff even traveled all the way from Georgia just to be there. Officers from across the state came to show their support.
I just want to say thank you for doing all that you do for us.
You're welcome.
Because he saw not every police officer is bad.
Thank you.
We're human beings, and that's what he sees in us.
There's one person that really recognizes what we truly are out here to do.
There just aren't kids like that. I got to tell you, Jeremy, how much this really means to us and how humble you are.
In an interview, you could tell this kid is going to grow up to be an amazing officer himself, kind, thoughtful, and true to his values. To honor his efforts, they gave him a real police uniform and badge, making him an honorary member of the force. You can bet that made his day. It's moments like these that truly matter to officers. A little appreciation goes a long way, and it reminds them how important their work is. As much as this case struck your heartstrings, the next one is sure to shatter them into pieces. Meet Abigail Rose Arias. Who's that, you ask? Well, she's the youngest recruit ever to join the Freeport Police Department. Her mission? To fight the bad guys, of course. The thing is, Abigail is only 6 years old, and she's been battling cancer in both of her lungs. 2 years ago, doctors found a stage 4 Wilms tumor. Since then, she's gone through 80 rounds of chemotherapy, and while it shrank the tumor, the treatment almost took her life. To make matters worse, she was allergic to the therapies. Sadly, her doctors say she doesn't have much time left, so she decided to live a part of her dream.
Everyone, this is Abigail Rose Arias. Abigail's dream is to become a police officer. The Council of the City of Freeport is pleased and proud in recognizing Thursday, February the 7th, 2019, as Abigail Rose Arias Day in Freeport, Texas. I'm proud to bring you to our family. We should all have the courage that Abigail has to fight what she's fighting and still have a dream to be a police officer and protect the citizens of Freeport.
Police Chief Ray Garivet made sure Abigail's wish came true. Little Abigail always wanted to become a police officer, and the Freeport PD made it happen. They swore her in, complete with her own badge and uniform. She even took the oath to fight the bad guys and never give up.
I now
And forever
and forever
promise
promise
to keep fighting the bad guys
to keep fighting the bad guys
until
all
of my cancer is gone.
Until all my cancer's gone.
Congratulations, baby.
Now the Freeport PD has 33 sworn officers, but none of them is more determined than Abigail. Holding badge number 758, she became the department's most fearless officer. I don't know about adults, but kids, they never disappoint. They always remember to be thankful for the things that truly matter. And this little girl, she wanted to make sure these officers knew just how much she appreciated them.
To my heroes, I want to say don't stop, please don't give up. Many do not care or appreciate the sacrifices that you make every day, but I do. Many are standing with me today to let you know that you matter. Officers all across Texas, you matter to me. Officers in New York City, you matter to me. Officers all across America, you matter to me. Please keep taking care of us.
With two simple words, thank you, a tough group of Austin police officers were brought to tears by 10-year-old Savannah.
We'd drive by, see them stopping somebody, and she would, in the back seat, just stop and pray, ask God to take care of them. So she's always had a special nick for them. She just wants to get as many autographs as possible because they're her heroes, and you know, she doesn't look at celebrities like that as she does law enforcement. She adores them.
She spent her entire summer writing heartfelt letters to these officers, wanting to show them just how much they meant to her.
I was so proud. The words that she spoke from her heart touched every single officer. I noticed everybody was trying to blink back the tears, and that's what it's about. She's an old soul. She knows the right thing to do, the right thing to say, and I don't even know if she realizes the impact of her words to these officers and to this department.
They always gave me a hug, or they either said thank you, and I said you're welcome.
Oh, you thought the emotional roller coaster was over? Well, you're wrong. The next one is going to hit you right in the feels. Meet Officer Brian Berrigan from the Phillipsburg Police Department. After serving for 25 years as a dedicated police officer, it was time for his final send-off. But let me tell you, this wasn't just any send-off. It's the kind that brings everyone to tears.
Go ahead, son.
It is with enormous pride that today, December 30th, 2019, at 16:36 hours, I, your son, badge number 328, deliver your final call. 25 years ago, you held me in your arms after you graduated the Police Academy. Today, we stand side by side as brothers. Today you receive many thanks. The department thanks you. The people whose lives you have protected and served thank you. And I thank you for being the best role model a son could ask for.
Retiring after all those years of service is already huge, but here's what makes it extra special. It was his son, Dean, who gave him the final send-off. Dean followed in his father's footsteps and became an officer too. So imagine the pride that filled the air. Brian, after decades of service, gets to retire with his son, now wearing the badge, giving him that final salute. What could make a father prouder than that?
It was an honor to serve by your side for the last 6 months, wearing the same uniform. As a fellow officer, I salute you. As your son, I'm going to miss you here. We are all going to miss you. Retirement is the end of something great, but the start of something better. Retirement doesn't mean you're gone. You will always have your Phillipsburg Police family. Officer Berrigan, badge number 299. Dad, at 16:37 hours, you have safely reached the finish line. For a final time, go ahead and show yourself cleared and off duty. Congratulations, and I love you.
299 off duty. Love you too, Jay.
And this wasn't the only time an officer received a tearful send-off from their child. Scott Lawida, a 64-year-old senior investigator with the Amherst Police Department in New York, had spent 35 years on the force. As his retirement day approached, Scott had no idea what an emotional moment awaited him. After decades of serving his community, he was all ready to hang up his badge. But what he didn't know was that his final dispatch call would be unlike any other. Unbeknownst to Scott, his 22-year-old daughter, Maddie, had secretly flown in from Florida to give him the ultimate surprise. The two were extremely close, but due to her commitments, Scott thought Maddie wouldn't make it to his big day. Little did he know, she had been planning this moment for weeks.
It's been an honor and privilege to serve the town of Amherst for the last 35 years. Not every officer has retired in good health. Some don't get to go home. I thank my fellow officers for having my back all these years. I salute my fellow officers. Keep up the good fight and stay safe. I thank my family and friends for the support through the years. Car 18, Officer 006, the 10-7 for the last time.
As Scott signed off for the last time, thanking his team and community, the dispatcher's voice was suddenly replaced by his daughter's. Maddie's voice came through the speaker, filled with love and pride, as she told her father how proud she was of his years of service and how much she admired him for all he had done.
Car 18.
Good.
Congrats on your retirement, Dad. You inspire me every day. I really look up to you for it, and you've been the best officer I've ever seen, so thank you for all that you've done. Congrats. Now it's time to enjoy.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Maddie.
This has been one serious emotional roller coaster, hasn't it? But don't worry, we're not about to leave you in a puddle of tears. We always save the best for last, right? After all this wildness, you definitely deserve a happy ending. And this one, oh, it's perfect. So, officers pull over a biker for speeding. Yeah, you're probably thinking, here we go again, another reckless driver story. But guess what? It was actually a surprise marriage proposal. This guy was speeding on purpose because he was to propose to his girlfriend.
I'm his wife. Get his gun from me. Get his gun from me. I will. All right, Cal.
And did you notice when the officers questioned the woman, she immediately claimed she was his wife, even though she technically wasn't yet. I mean, how cute is that? Talk about a keeper. She was ready to protect him even before the ring went on her finger.
Cal. I will get it. Cal. Hey, come back, Cal. Come back, Cal.
What started as a traffic stop turned into an impromptu celebration right there on the roadside. The officer who initially pulled them over even ended up shedding a few happy tears.
I guess you're not his wife just yet.
I mean, how could you not? It's not every day you pull someone over thinking you're writing a ticket, and instead you're witnessing a love story in the making. Isn't it just the cutest, but also totally epic at the same time? These officers remind us that even the strongest can be vulnerable. Their tears show the deep bonds they share with the community. Now, have you ever seen a moment that touched your heart? How do you support those who protect us? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.